My brother-in-law lost 50 million in online gambling, but he left my contact information with them. By the time the interest rolled up to 100 million, those vicious debt collectors finally cornered me at my front door. After I managed to talk them into leaving, my wife and mother-in-law finally came trembling out of their room. My wife's face was as pale as a ghost. "Let's get a divorce. I'd rather leave with nothing. You can bear your own debts yourself. Don't even think about dragging me down with you." No matter how many times I explained that it was her brother who owed the money, she just wouldn't believe me. My mother-in-law even slapped me hard across the face. "You're trying to trick my daughter into paying off your debts, and now you dare to slander my son? Divorce him. Divorce him right now. Let me tell you the truth. Ruolin is pregnant, and the baby belongs to your best friend. Just give up and sign the divorce papers." "Wait, it's just 100 million, right? I actually have that kind of money. I originally just wanted to ask if they needed my help with the emergency. How did this turn into a dramatic divorce confession?" "Well, since it's like this, you guys can pay off your precious son's massive debt yourselves," I asked, my voice completely dry. "You're pregnant, with Shu Xinian's child? Since when?" Zhang Ruolin turned her head, and sneered disdainfully. "So what if I am, Qin Waishu? Is it any of your business? Don't even think about begging me to stay. I don't want a useless, cowardly husband like you who only knows how to rack up debts." I froze in place, unable to say a single word. Seeing me stunned, Zhang Fengwan kicked me hard. "Did you hear her? We're going to the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow for the divorce." After yelling at me, she turned and snickered to Zhang Ruolin. "Thank goodness every time you slept with this loser, you took birth control pills beforehand. Otherwise, this trash would have used a baby to trap you into paying his debts. We originally planned to make him raise the baby, but now, it looks like there's no need for that." I simply couldn't believe my ears. "So, you took pills beforehand every single time?" We had been married for 3 years, and Zhang Ruolin had never gotten pregnant. Zhang Fengwan had repeatedly shamed me in front of our relatives and friends, calling me a useless failure who couldn't have kids. She even forced me to go to the hospital for a checkup, but the results showed I was perfectly healthy. The matter was eventually dropped, but it turned out, she had been secretly taking birth control the whole time. She had even planned to make me the absolute fool to raise another man's child. Zhang Ruolin scoffed coldly. "You should think about how your family treated me. I hated how you handled the bride price from the very beginning." Zhang Fengwan spat on the ground. "HMPH, that pathetic bride price back then. You hemmed and hawed forever before finally coughing it up. You looked so poor and pathetic. I didn't even want my daughter to marry you back then." Memories of our wedding 3 years ago flashed through my mind. We had agreed on a bride price of 999,000 for good luck. But on the day of the wedding, Zhang Fengwan refused to let Zhang Ruolin get out of the bridal car. She absolutely demanded an extra 1 million as a getting out of the car fee. I thought it was completely unreasonable. But Zhang Ruolin sat in the car, wiping away tears, saying her mom only had one daughter and had a hard life. I gritted my teeth and paid it. Later, when we arrived at my family's door, Zhang Fengwan demanded another 1 million for the tea ceremony fee. I didn't want to pay a single dime more. It was blatant extortion, but my dad stepped in and took charge. He said a wedding was a joyful occasion, and we shouldn't ruin it over something like this, so he paid the money. Thank God my dad saw right through their greedy true colors, and hid the fact that our family is worth tens of billions. Dad even arranged for the wedding to be held in our old house from before we struck it rich. In the end, they only backed off after taking 3 million. Zhang Fengwan didn't give Zhang Ruolin a single cent for her dowry. She claimed our family couldn't match their status. It was only later that I found out. That 3 million from back then? Zhang Fengwan gave every last penny to my brother-in-law, Zhang Haocheng, and he blew it all. My dad specifically warned me back then to keep my wealth a secret. He said time would reveal their true colors. And looking at it now, he was absolutely right. I took a deep breath. I pulled out my phone to call Zhang Haocheng. "Sure, we can get a divorce. But there is no way I'm taking the fall for Zhang Haocheng's debts. I'm calling him right now to get this straight." But after dialing him again and again, Zhang Haocheng didn't pick up. Zhang Ruolin violently slapped the phone right out of my hand and screamed, "You know damn well my brother is traveling abroad and can't answer his phone. That's exactly why you're trying to frame him." Zhang Fengwan then stomped on my phone and kicked it across the room. "This is your own massive debt. Don't you dare think you can dump it on us. If you don't pay it, who will? Right at that moment, the front door burst open with a massive crash. Shu Xinian stormed inside. His face was twisted in rage. Qin Huaishu, you absolute scumbag. You owe 100 million? Zhang Ruolin immediately threw herself into his arms. Xinian, he even tried to blame my brother for the money he borrowed. Shu Xinian gently kissed the top of Zhang Ruolin's head. Why don't you just move in with me? If those debt collectors come back, what if they terrify you and my son? Seeing the absolute shock on my face, Shu Xinian let out a smug laugh. What, surprised? Where did you think Ruolin went every time you were away on business? She came straight to my place. She's slept in my bed way more times than she's ever slept in yours. After calling me a scumbag one last time, he grabbed Zhang Ruolin's hand. The three of them walked out of my house without even looking back. The betrayal that left me frozen wasn't just from Zhang Ruolin, it was from Shu Xinian too. Shu Xinian was my best bro from college. A few years ago, when he lost his job and came to me for a loan, I lent him 100,000 without a second thought. Later, when he still couldn't find any work, I pulled some strings and got him a job at a company. He slowly climbed the ladder to become a top executive, making an annual salary of 5 million. But there was one thing I never told him. That company belongs to my dad. I never in a million years imagined that this backstabbing snake would actually sleep with my wife. Just as I was lost in these thoughts, I got an urgent call from one of my employees. Mr. Chen, you need to get back to the office right now, hurry. I had no idea what was going on, but I rushed straight back to the company, only to find Zhang Ruolin, along with Shu Xinian and Zhang Fengyuan, causing a massive scene right in the middle of my office. Zhang Ruolin was over at the legal department processing some paperwork. Starting today, I am no longer a shareholder in this pathetic garbage company. I'm cashing out. Shu Xinian snatched up the share withdrawal contract. Exactly, withdraw your shares right now. And once the divorce is finalized, that 100 million in debt will have absolutely nothing to do with us. Zhang Fengyuan ran straight over to one of our company clients and started screaming. The boss of this company is a total fraud. You all need to take your business elsewhere. Get out of here while you can. Hurry. One by one, the visiting clients awkwardly stood up, gathered their belongings, and started heading for the door. But Zhang Fengyuan wasn't done yet. She stomped over to the employee cubicles and shrieked, "You all better keep a close eye on your valuables. Your scumbag boss owes 100 million. He could steal your stuff and make a run for it at any second. He's definitely not going to pay your salaries." The moment they saw me walk in, my employees instantly grabbed their expensive belongings and quickly hid them away, whispering to each other, "So the boss actually owes 100 million. And he doesn't even care about his wife. You don't think he's gonna take the money and run, do you? I never would have guessed he was such a scumbag. Now his wife and mother-in-law are here making a scene. Let's see how he gets out of this one." Even his best bro turned against him for the greater good. Then it's definitely true. We should probably all start looking for a new job. I rushed right in. How dare you spread these vicious rumors? If the company suffers any losses because of this, I will sue every single one of you. Shu Xinian put on a righteous act, stepping in front of Zhang Ruolin to protect her. You owe exactly 100 million. That is a fact. The gossip from the employees outside grew even louder. Everyone's eyes were on me. Right at that moment, my mom walked in. She asked in absolute disbelief, "How can that be? Huaishu, didn't you just buy me that jewelry from the auction a couple of days ago?" I suddenly remembered, I was supposed to meet her after work today, to go out for a nice dinner. Zhang Ruolin let out a cold sneer. "What auction? Your precious son borrowed from loan sharks to buy that. You might be happy now, but just wait. You'll be crying later. And thank goodness the baby in my belly doesn't belong to your pathetic family. Otherwise, the kid would be doomed too." What? My mom's face was full of shock. She grabbed Zhang Ruolin as she was trying to leave. "What did you just say?" Zhang Ruolin shook off her hand in pure disgust. "Are you deaf?" I said, "The baby in my belly doesn't belong to your family." My mom already had high blood pressure. Zhang Ruolin shoved her, making her stumble backward. She clutched her chest and collapsed to the floor. I rushed over and caught her. "Mom, what's wrong?" Zhang Ruolin just scoffed. "This broke old hag sure loves to act. You're not trying to fake an injury to extort money from us, are you? Let's get out of here, she's such bad luck." After she said that, she hurried out the door with Zhang Fengyuan and Shu Xinian. My mom's face was deathly pale. She couldn't say a single word. and slowly lost consciousness. I didn't care about anything else. I scooped my mom up and dashed straight to the hospital. In the emergency room, the doctor examined my mom. She has high blood pressure, and severe emotional distress caused it to spike. She needs to be admitted for observation. I walked out of the ward, and called my dad, who was on a business trip overseas. "Hello, Waishu?" My dad's voice came through the phone. I told him everything that had just happened. There was a few seconds of silence on the other end. Then my dad spoke, "I'm booking a flight back right now. I'm going to make them pay for this. You just focus on taking good care of your mom. Leave the rest to me." My dad paused for a moment. "I will personally handle Shu Xinian and the Zhang family." I hung up the phone. Sitting by the hospital bed, I found the credit card I had given Zhang Ruolin, and immediately revoked her access. I had originally given her that card just for groceries and daily expenses. I told her she had a limit of 10,000 a month. All she knew was that I paid the bill for her every single month. But what she didn't know was that the card's actual limit was 100 million. Suddenly, my phone buzzed. It was several WeChat messages from Shu Xinian. First, it was a bunch of intimate photos of him and Zhang Ruolin, followed by a few voice messages. "Sorry, bro, you're just in way too deep with your debt. I can't help you out. But hey, I suggest you go be a gigolo to pay it off. Plus, selling yourself might actually give you some practice. Ruolin told me you're totally useless in bed. That's exactly why she came to me." I laughed instead of getting mad. "I haven't been too bad to you, have I? And this is how you repay me?" Shu Xinian burst into obnoxious laughter. "Back then, I actually thought you were some rich kid. That's the only reason I even hung out with you. If I had known you were just a piece of trash borrowing from loan sharks to play the big shot, I wouldn't have even given you the time of day." I ignored him after that, and just blocked his WeChat right there. The next morning, I went back home, planning to pack up some of my things and head back to the hospital to stay with my mom. But the moment I opened the door, I saw Zhang Ruolin, Zhang Fengwan, and Shu Xinian standing right there in my living room again. Zhang Ruolin marched up and slapped me hard across the face. "You actually have the nerve to show your face? Weren't we supposed to meet at the registry office today? How dare you not show up?" Zhang Fengwan also kicked me hard. I knew it. I knew he was trying to back out of the divorce. He wants to drag this out so we'll be forced to help him pay off his 100 million in debt. Shoved them both away, gritting my teeth in absolute fury. "You put my mother in the hospital, and all you care about is this damn divorce?" Zhang Ruolin let out a cold sneer. "It's your mother who got hurt, not mine. Why should I care?" Shu Xinian slammed a divorce agreement down right in front of me. "I've already drafted the papers. Just sign your name on the dotted line." Zhang Ruolin grabbed a pen and chucked it at me. "I've already consulted a lawyer. As long as I walk away with absolutely nothing and don't take a single dime in assets, I won't be held responsible for a single cent of your massive debt. Now sign it, hurry up. Don't you dare delay my wedding with Xinian." I just found it hilarious. I reached out and signed the papers without a second thought, just to escape my fake debts. She actually chose to walk away with nothing. Well, that means she won't get to touch a single penny of my family's tens of billions in real assets. As soon as I finished, Shu Xinian grabbed me, trying to drag me out. "Let's go. Time to hit the bureau and finalize this. Nothing in the world is more urgent than this." I shook off his grip. "My mother is going into surgery today. I don't have time for this." Zhang Fengwan kicked me again. "Cut the crap. Even if your mother kicks the bucket today, you are going to finalize this divorce first." They literally dragged me out the door against my will. We shoved and pulled the whole way to the bureau. On the street, Zhang Fengwan kept loudly shooting her mouth off, slandering me about the 100 million in debt. Everyone around us started watching the drama unfold. "I hear that guy owes loan sharks big time. No wonder his wife is dumping him. Yeah, and I heard he tried to pin his massive debts onto his own brother-in-law. He was trying to completely dodge the payout. What an absolute scumbag. You really can't blame his wife and mother-in-law. If I were her, I would have kicked him to the curb too." The clerk at the counter pushed up his glasses and asked, "Have both parties agreed to all the terms in the divorce settlement?" Zhang Ruolin nodded eagerly. She handed the papers over. "Yes, we have. I am walking away with zero assets." I didn't raise any objections. We went straight through the motions and finalized it. As soon as we stepped out of the registry office, a massive smile finally broke out on Zhang Ruolin's face. "I am finally free. I love you so much, Xinian." The second this divorce cooling off period is over. We are getting married. She threw herself right into his arms. She kissed him right there in public. Thank goodness I met you. I can finally start over. Otherwise, my whole life would have been ruined by this piece of trash. Zhang Fengwan was even more arrogant. She gave me a hard shove. Hurry up and get lost. My daughter is pregnant with Sinian's baby now. From now on, she's going to live a life of luxury. She'll never have to look at your pathetic, broke face ever again. I couldn't be bothered with them. I turned around to leave. Shu Sinian gave Zhang Ruolin's waist a little squeeze. Then he pulled out his phone and made a call. Tianhai Grand Hotel? Book me a table for a celebration dinner tonight at 7 o'clock. I want your absolute highest tier menu. And for the wine, an 82 Lafite. Set aside 2 bottles for me. He deliberately raised his voice, making sure I could hear every single word. Hanging up the phone, Shu Sinian smirked at me. Waishu, my man, we're heading out to celebrate tonight. Do you want to come along? I took a deep breath, turned my head and said coldly, get lost. Zhang Ruolin let out a sweet, mocking laugh. Sinian, stop teasing the poor idiot. He owes 100 million right now. How could he possibly dare to wander around outside? Debt collectors might show up at any second, and he'll end up dead on the streets. Zhang Fengwan spat in disgust. Serves him right, that's just karma. Right at that very moment, a massive group of guys suddenly surged up behind us. The leader was a massive, bald thug. He was backed up by 7 or 8 heavily tattooed goons. The bald brute ripped off his shirt and roared, you owe money, you pay it back. That's just how the world works. Zhang Ruolin and Shu Sinian nearly jumped out of their skin at the sudden shouting. Realizing they were debt collectors, Zhang Fengwan quickly whipped out the divorce papers. She hastily blurted out, he's already divorced my daughter. Kill him, slice him up, do whatever you want. He has absolutely nothing to do with this anymore. The bald thug looked completely baffled. He gestured for his boys to drag someone forward. Point them out yourself. Which ones are your family? Zhang Haocheng was dragged into view. His face was beaten black and blue, and he was squealing like a slaughtered pig. Mom, sis, brother-in-law, please save me. I owe them 100 million. If I can't pay it back today, they're going to take me away. Everyone in the room froze in shock. Zhang Ruolin stammered out, bro, what are you talking about? The one who owes the money is Qin Waishu, not you. Zhang Fengwan rushed forward, trying to untie Zhang Haocheng. She pointed right at me and screamed, you guys definitely made a mistake. He's the one you should be grabbing. Get him. Shu Sinian violently grabbed me by the collar. Are you even a man? You mess up, and then you actually frame Haocheng? You even sent the debt collectors after him? The crowd around us immediately started pointing fingers at me. Exactly, you guys grabbed the wrong guy. He's clearly the one in massive debt. Otherwise, it wouldn't have ended in a divorce. The bald thug kicked Zhang Haocheng hard. Are you calling me stupid? You think I don't know who owes me money? Tell them yourself. Zhang Haocheng started squealing like a dying pig again. Mom, sis, I'm the one who owes the 100 million. I already made a deal with them. As long as we pay up, they promised they wouldn't hurt me. My brother-in-law easily threw down 3 million for my bride price to pay off my debt before. I know he still has money. Quick, tell him to help me. Saying that, he desperately broke free from the goons and threw himself on his knees in front of me. I slowly pulled out the freshly signed divorce papers. I shook my head. Your sister and I are divorced now. I am not your brother-in-law anymore. Zhang Haocheng froze for a second. He looked at Zhang Ruolin and yelled, what the hell are you guys doing? Such a perfect cash cow. And you just divorce him like that? Zhang Ruolin came over and pulled him up. Are you out of your mind? Why are you kneeling to this broke loser? His mother is literally lying in the hospital waiting for money to save her life. Where would he get any cash? Zhang Fengwan also tugged at Zhang Ruolin, whispering, go talk to Shu Sinian. He is a top executive now, he definitely has 100 million. Just tell him you want 100 million for the bride price. Hearing their conversation, Shu Sinian's face completely changed. He stammered, unable to get a single word out. Knowing him the way I do, Shu Sinian blows through money like water. Let alone bringing out 100 million. Even coughing up 1 million would be a struggle for him. Zhang Fengwan grew anxious. She glared wide-eyed at Shu Sinian and asked, don't tell me you can't come up with this 100 million? You told us you were worth over 100 million before. Now that you have tricked my daughter into getting a divorce, are you trying to back out? Am I right? I let out a cold laugh. That executive position at his company. He probably will not be able to hold onto it for much longer. Zhang Ruolin's face filled with rage. Who the hell do you think you are? No one asked for your opinion. Stop cursing my Sinian. Trying to dodge Zhang Fengwan's questions, Shu Sinian raised his hand to hit me. HMPH, what nonsense are you spouting? My position is perfectly secure, and I am even up for a promotion. Bald Thug delivered another vicious kick to Zhang Haocheng's body. I don't have time to watch your little drama. If you don't have the cash, we are taking him away. Zhang Haocheng wailed and howled in agony. Shu Sinian, if you want to marry my sister, bring out that 100 million bride price first. Otherwise, I'll be the first to object to this marriage. Zhang Fengwan cried hysterically, saying, We have money. We have money, please stop hitting my son. Ruolin, hurry up and take out your money. Zhang Ruolin immediately took out the credit card I had given her and handed it to the Bald Thug. I normally use this card for groceries. See how much you can swipe from it. Just use it to cover the debt for now, don't hit my brother. One of the Bald Thug's men swiped it, and the machine beeped twice. Boss, this card really does have a 100 million credit limit. But it has already been locked. The Bald Thug threw the card right back. Don't treat us like idiots. There is money on this card, but it is just for show. We can't swipe it. Zhang Fengwan was absolutely stunned. She grabbed Zhang Ruolin by the arm. 100 million? Where on earth did this credit card come from? Where did you get it? It is the card Waishu gave me. Wasn't it supposed to have a 10,000 limit per month? How could there be this much money? Zhang Ruolin stared at me blankly. Her eyes were full of complex emotions. Why do you have so much money? Zhang Fengwan quickly grabbed Shu Sinian. Oh, my good son-in-law. He used to be your buddy. He must have used some dirty trick to steal your money. The reason you were stammering just now, was it because you were trying to cover up for him? We need to take that money back right now. The people around them chimed in. That's right, that has to be it. Call the cops and arrest him. Shu Sinian stared at that credit card with pure envy. He glared fiercely at the credit card. God knows what he was scheming in his head. Zhang Fengwan marched over and started hitting and cursing at me. You embezzled Sinian's money. Unlock the card right now. If Haojung gets hurt, I'll make you pay. I shoved her away with one hand. That is my family's money. It has absolutely nothing to do with you all. The bald enforcer finally lost his patience. He smashed a fist right into Zhang Haojung's head. Messing around for this long, and your family is just flat broke. A huge lump immediately swelled up on Zhang Haojung's forehead. We have money. My mom still has an apartment. Use that to pay it off first. Zhang Fengwan turned pale with shock. What are you talking about? That is my retirement house. The bald enforcer looked at me. Mr. Chin, since you're already divorced, you can go ahead and leave. He pointed at Zhang Fengwan, Zhang Ruolin, and Shu Sinian. As for the rest of you, the mom, the sister, and the boyfriend, you're staying right here. Shu Sinian panicked and hastily blurted out, I have absolutely nothing to do with them. I was just passing by. I don't even know these people. Zhang Ruolin was dumbfounded. She shook Shu Sinian's arm. What are you talking about? Weren't we about to get our marriage license and have a baby? Shu Sinian slapped Zhang Ruolin hard across the face. Your brother is drowning in debt, and you still expect to marry me? Are you trying to ruin me? Zhang Fengwan immediately rushed over and started grappling with Shu Sinian. You absolute scumbag. You played with my daughter's feelings and now you're trying to run? How dare you lay a hand on her? Obviously, Zhang Fengwan was no match for him. Within seconds, she was knocked down and screaming in pain. I was just about to walk away when Zhang Ruolin suddenly dropped to her knees in front of me. Waishu, please save my brother. I know you can find a way out of this. She sobbed, tears streaming down her face. I know I was wrong. I really know I messed up. The 30-day divorce cooling-off period hasn't passed yet. I can still back out of the divorce. I stared down at her with a deadpan expression. Ma'am, you were the one who cheated during our marriage. Even if you want to back out now, I can still sue you for divorce. Right at that moment, the deep roar of engines echoed from down the street. A massive fleet of luxury cars rolled up. It was a flawless lineup of black Maybachs. The license plates were all consecutive VIP numbers. The convoy slowly came to a halt. Over a dozen bodyguards in black suits stepped out, instantly snapping into two perfectly straight rows. They bowed to me in perfect unison and shouted, Young Master Chin. The chairman is here to take you home. The bystanders were absolutely stunned. Oh my god, look at this insane lineup. I recognize those logos. Those are cars from the Shengtian Group. Shengtian Group? You mean the one worth tens of billions? Wait, who is this young Master Qin they're talking about? Could it be Qin Waishu? Zhang Fengwan's eyes nearly popped out of her head. She stammered, What? What young Master Qin? What chairman? Zhang Ruolin knelt on the ground. Completely paralyzed with shock, she stared blankly at me. Your family actually comes from this much power? You played poor with us for all this time. The door of the luxury car in the back swung open. My dad stepped out. He was dressed in a razor-sharp, high-end tailored suit. His gaze piercing. My dad locked eyes with Shu Xinian and said with ice in his voice, Shu Xinian, you are fired. The finance department has already uncovered your embezzlement of company funds. We will be taking legal action against you immediately. Shu Xinian stared at me and then looked back at my dad. The blood completely draining from his face. Mr. Qin, you're his father? Dad waved his hand, and two bodyguards stepped up to pin Shu Xinian down. Shu Xinian struggled, screaming, No, Mr. Qin, I know I messed up. Waishu, please, put in a good word for me. We're brothers. I stared at him, completely deadpan. We used to be, but not anymore. Dad then turned to the burly bald guy. Whatever Zhang Haocheng owes you. This is a public place. Don't make a scene. The bald guy chuckled nervously. Don't worry, Mr. Qin, we're a totally legit business. We've got the IS and the contracts. Good, Dad nodded. He turned back to me. Your mom is getting prepped for surgery. Let's head back to the hospital. Dad signaled the guards to drag Zhang Ruolin away from where she was kneeling. As the guards hauled her to her feet, she burst into tears and screamed, Honey. Honey, please listen to me. Shu Xinian manipulated me into this. I still love you. I just ignored her and followed Dad out the door. Zhang Ruolin chased after us. Honey, please don't just abandon me and Haocheng. Zhang Fengwan came running up too. Exactly, Waishu. We're all family here. We can just talk this out, right? How about you just help pay off Haocheng's debt for now? Just consider it a loan. We'll definitely pay you back later. I stopped in my tracks and looked back at them. Zhang Ruolin, we're officially divorced. My voice was dead calm. And that baby in your stomach? It has absolutely nothing to do with me. With that, I got into the car. The convoy slowly pulled away. Through the window, I could see Zhang Ruolin slumped completely on the ground. Zhang Fengwan was still running after the cars. Inside, Dad handed me a bottle of water. Don't worry, I'm going to make them pay back 10 times over. Dad, what exactly are you planning? I've already got the evidence of Shu Xinian embezzling company funds. And it's a massive amount. More than enough to lock him up for years. As for the Zhang family, I've already had our lawyers file a lawsuit to claw back everything they took from us. And with Zhang Haocheng's debts, I'm going to add a whole lot of fuel to that fire. I nodded. Once we got back to the hospital, Mom's surgery was already done. When she saw us walk in, she gave us a warm smile. Our son's situation, I took care of everything, Dad said, gently holding Mom's hand. Just focus on resting, leave the rest entirely up to me. That night, I got 4 or 5 texts from Zhang Ruolin. I opened them up. Honey, Shu Xinian totally manipulated me into doing it. I really do still love you. Please, just forgive me this one time. You're partly to blame too for pretending to be poor, right? If I had known how rich your family actually was, I never would have done this. I'll go get rid of the baby right now. And we can start all over. But the bride price will be 100 million. Your family should easily be able to afford that. What do you mean you're not replying? Don't push your luck, you're crossing a line. Since when have you ever seen me beg? I just stared at the texts. Feeling utterly disgusted, I blocked her number without a second thought. 3 days later, Mom was doing better and got discharged. I pulled the car up to the hospital entrance. I was just getting ready to pick up my mom and had just parked the car. When Shu Xinian suddenly rushed out from the side and grabbed me tight. Waishu. He looked utterly haggard, with a scrawny stubble all over his face. Waishu, we've been brothers for so many years. Can't you just forgive me, just this once? As he grabbed me, I frowned in disgust. I shoved his hand away. Get lost. Who the hell is your brother? I was completely blind. Shu Xinian dropped down onto his knees. I know I wronged you. But now your dad didn't just fire me. He's even suing me for embezzling funds. Waishu, I truly know I was wrong. Please ask your dad to drop the lawsuit. Just let me off the hook this once. I'll do whatever you say from now on." Passers-by around us stopped to watch the scene. Isn't that guy the former executive from Shengtian Group? The one fired for having an affair? How disgusting. He actually has the nerve to get on his knees and beg. Young Master Qin is right. Serves him right, do dirty deeds and pay the price. I sneered coldly. When you were cheating with Zhang Ruolin, why didn't you think about the consequences? You brought every bit of this on yourself. None of that was my fault. It was all Zhang Ruolin who seduced me. She said you were useless. She said you couldn't satisfy her in bed. She was the one who threw herself at me. I turned around, ready to leave. Waishu, you can't treat me like this. I still have an elderly mother to support. If I go to prison, what will happen to my mother? My voice turned icy cold. I'll say it one last time. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Let go. No, I won't. It's all because of that utter scum, Zhang Ruolin, seducing me into making a mistake. Just at that moment, a sharp scream came from behind us. Ha, Shu Xinian, what kind of garbage are you talking? Zhang Ruolin had arrived too. She was wearing loose-fitting clothes. Her face deathly pale, wobbling with every step. She rushed over and slapped Shu Xinian hard across the face. You were clearly the one who seduced me back then. You even made me take birth control pills beforehand. Now I've terminated the pregnancy. I want to start over with Waishu. If it wasn't for you, I'd be the young mistress of Shengtian Group right now, sitting on tens of billions. She clutched her stomach weakly, looking like she had just gotten off an abortion procedure. A wave of disgust washed over me, and I backed up 2 steps. We are completely over. I never said a thing about starting over with you. Zhang Ruolin slapped Shu Xinian across the face again. It's all your fault. Causing such a huge rift between my husband and me. Wincing in pain, Shu Xinian slapped Zhang Ruolin back across the face. That was my child. How dare you get rid of my child? Zhang Ruolin lunged at him like a woman possessed, throwing several wild punches. If you want to marry me, then bring out 100 million for the bride price. If you can't, of course I'll abort the baby. The two instantly tumbled into a brawl, as an even bigger crowd gathered around them. Haha, look at the cheating scum tearing each other apart. Come watch the show, everyone. Holy cow, this woman is unbelievable. She's insane for money, asking for 100 million in bride price for a second marriage? Is she made of diamonds down there or something? Shu Xinian's eyes were completely bloodshot. His hands clamped tightly around Zhang Ruolin's throat. I am drowning in lawsuits myself. Where the hell would I get 100 million? Don't push me too far. It is all your fault I lost my best brother. If you hadn't seduced me in those black stockings that night, I never would have made the mistake of hooking up with you. Seeing that things were getting completely out of hand, I took 2 steps back, planning to call the cops. Meanwhile, Zhang Ruolin was gasping for air, struggling desperately against his grip. Suddenly, Zhang Fenghuan rushed out of nowhere and smashed a brick right into Shu Xinian. Let her go. Are you trying to end a life in broad daylight? It is all because of you, you piece of trash. That I lost a perfectly good son-in-law. And now you dare to lay hands on my daughter? She kept swinging the brick and screaming, my daughter is completely done with you now. She is going to remarry Wai Shu. Noticing all 3 of them suddenly staring right at me, I immediately turned to leave. Your drama has absolutely nothing to do with me. Excuse me. Shu Xinian tried to grab me, but Zhang Fenghuan yanked him back forcefully. He unleashed several heavy punches onto Zhang Fenghuan. Seeing her mother taking a beating, Zhang Ruolin lunged forward and sank her teeth viciously into Shu Xinian's arm. Someone yelled, a man is assaulting women in public. Somebody call the cops, hurry. All 3 of them became tangled in a vicious brawl. The scene descended into total chaos as the crowd of onlookers grew larger and larger. Several people had already pulled out their phones to dial emergency services. Through the sheer madness, I saw Shu Xinian land several brutal, heavy punches straight into Zhang Ruolin's stomach. Zhang Ruolin let out a blood-curdling scream, clutching her stomach as she collapsed to the ground. His eyes were completely red. He seemed to have totally lost his mind. Without saying a single word, he ruthlessly slammed down several more heavy punches. Ruo Lan, Zhang Fenghuan shrieked in horror. Blood began pooling from beneath Zhang Ruolin's skirt. The bleeding just wouldn't stop, getting worse by the second. The bystanders were utterly paralyzed with shock. Call an ambulance, quickly. There is blood everywhere. someone is dying. The cops are already on their way. Just then, my dad walked out of the hospital. Why, Shu, are you alright? I shook my head. I am fine. My dad breathed a heavy sigh of relief. As long as you are safe, that is all that matters. I couldn't care less about those people. With that said, he swiftly took control of the situation, ordering his bodyguards to pin down Shu Sinian. The ambulance arrived shortly after. The paramedics rushed to lift Zhang Ruolin onto the stretcher. They desperately tried to perform emergency first aid, but eventually shook their heads. Her post-miscarriage wounds tore completely open. We cannot stop the massive hemorrhage. She has lost all vital signs. Hearing this, Zhang Fengwan threw herself forward like a maniac. Ruo Lan, please wake up. The cops had just arrived at the scene as well, and they immediately dragged Shu Sinian away. He was just staring blankly at his own hands, which were dripping with blood. It wasn't me. I didn't end her life. She threw herself into my fists. After Shu Sinian was forcefully hauled off, police tape was quickly put up around the scene. As I watched the ambulance take Zhang Ruolin's lifeless body away, watching the horrific scene finally come to an end, Zhang Fengwan completely slumped onto the ground, wailing in absolute agony. Oh God, my baby girl. My dad walked over and gently patted my shoulder. Let's go. The cops will handle the rest. I quietly followed my dad back to the hospital ward. My mom had already packed up her things, fully ready to be discharged and leave all this behind. Mom asked. Dad shook his head. It's nothing, let's go home. On the way home, Dad told me, Shu Sinian accidentally killed Zhang Ruolin. He's not getting away this time. Between embezzling company funds and manslaughter, he's looking at decades behind bars. I nodded, staying silent. As for Zhang Haocheng, Dad paused. I found out he owes more than just the 100 million. He has other debts, too. Adding it all up, it's close to 20 million. He won't be able to pay it off in a single lifetime. Once I got home, I could finally get some good rest. Way too much had happened these past few days. I felt completely drained. That night, lying in bed, I pulled out my phone. Zhang Ruolin's WeChat was still in my contacts. Even though I'd already blocked her, I tapped on her moments. Her last post was from 3 days ago, a new beginning. Looking forward to a better future. The attached photo was a selfie of her and Shu Sinian. They both looked so happy. I turned off my phone and closed my eyes. Early the next morning, a phone call woke me up. It was the cops, calling me in to give a statement. At the station, I gave them a detailed account of everything that happened. The officer told me Shu Sinian was already in criminal custody, awaiting trial. Based on the evidence they had, Shu Sinian was being charged with manslaughter and embezzlement. If convicted, he's looking at 30 years, minimum, the officer said. I nodded, stepping out of the police station. I got a text from an unknown number. Chin Waishu, it's Zhang Haocheng. I know my sister is dead. Can you please help me? I'm really at a dead end. Staring at the message, I let out a cold laugh. Help you? When you racked up all that debt and put down my number as the contact. Did you ever think this day would come? I blocked the number right then and there. For the next few days, I stayed home, keeping mom company while she rested. Her health had improved a lot, and she was in much better spirits. Dad would come home for dinner every night and chat with her. One evening after dinner, Dad called out to me. Waishu, there's news about Zhang Haocheng. What happened? He was taken to Myanmar by the debt collectors, and they haven't heard from him since. It doesn't look good for him. I stayed silent for a moment. What about Zhang Fengwan? Dad sighed. She's gone crazy. Her daughter is dead, and her son is missing. The shock was just too much for her. She completely broke down. Now she's out at the dump outside the city, eating garbage. Spouting nonsense every single day. I just gave a slight nod, feeling absolutely nothing inside. People have seen her, constantly muttering, I have both a son and a daughter. I'm destined to enjoy my old age. Dad shook his head. Pitiful people usually bring it on themselves. I nodded. It's all just karma. My assistant knocked and came in. Mr. Chin, we've confirmed the news about Zhang Haocheng. He was found in a casino in Myanmar. He's dead. I turned around. How did he die? He owed too much money. So he was beaten to death. My assistant paused. His body was only found the day before yesterday. It's already decomposed. I nodded. I know. 1 month later, Shu Sinian's trial began. I took the stand as a witness. In the courtroom, Shu Sinian looked so haggard he barely even looked human. His eyes were totally hollow, completely stripped of that arrogant swagger he once had. The judge read the verdict. Shu Xinian was found guilty of manslaughter and embezzlement. With all the charges combined, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Hearing the sentence, Shu Xinian completely collapsed into the defendant's chair. Stepping out of the courthouse, the sunlight was blinding. I raised my hand to shield my eyes. Dad walked up to me. "It's over." "Yeah, it's over,"